Okay, so let's see the finalists. So this is going to be the order of teams. Team 1 is going to be Risk Hai To Ishq Hai. So that's Kapinjal and Yogesh. I'll make a note as well so that I know the order of passing. So Kapinjal and Yogesh will be team 1. All right. Keep a note of that, guys. Team 2 is Bommanum Moliyum, which is Arun and Zaman. It's team 2. Team 3 is Barclays and IIT Bombay, Rohan Khanna and Preetam Upadhyay. Team 4 is LSQ, Ramesh and Prashant. Okay. Team 5 is Saimatra TCS, Naveen and Jaikantan. Team 6 is Vast Difference, Siddharth and Abhinav. Team 7 is Hiji Bizbiz, Subrato and Abhishek. And team 8 is Bizaholics Anonymous, Anush and Vineet. Right, so this is the order. There is no pounds in the quiz, guys. So we are going to do classic old style. 12 questions on clockwise, 12 questions on anti-clockwise. There's a special round of 8 questions, which has 1 direct to each team. That round alone will have some element of pounds in the sense that if the team whose direct it is does not answer, then we will go to the next others for attempting it on pounds, which will be through a direct message. You know, we are doing this in good faith. There are 2 of you in the team. So obviously you will have to discuss the answers between the 2 of you. You'll have to do it through WhatsApp or whatever it is. So we are not insisting on the fact that everybody's hand should be kept in front, seen in front of the screen and so on, because we know it's impractical in a team quiz. Okay, please ask participants to turn on their video. Yeah, participants, yes, please do turn on your video. We definitely need to see you while answering. Don't worry, the quiz will be fair and it's not a very easy quiz. And I don't think anybody trying to Google, etc. is going to help. And all of you, all the 8 teams are have at least one, if not both people whom you know, we know personally and are all accomplished good quizzers. So I really hope that none of you will go down the path of trying to, you know, search for answers and so on. Let's keep it fair and fun, right? We can't big brother this beyond a point. We'll just trust in the fact that everybody is, these are all accomplished teams. None of them are unknown names in the quizzing circuit in India. So I hope that all of you will play fair and make this fun. Okay. So we're going to start with the clockwise round, which has 12 questions. We follow infinite bounds, starting with team number 1, which means the only assigned question of the quiz is the first question to team 1, post which it will pass in clockwise order. And whoever answers it, the team next to them will get the next question. No negative marking and part points at my discretion. I will not announce if a part is complete or not until the full answer comes. Whenever there is a part answer, if there is no marking on the slide, it's 5 and 5, 5 and 10 for whoever completes. If there is a part marking on the slide, we'll follow that. Yeah. So the first question of the finals goes to team number 1, which is Kapinjal and Yogesh. Here is your question. We'll give you some time on the bounce, but on the pass, please be a little quick. Dash Town is a new app developed by one of the world's largest companies in a particular industry. It offers an ability to digitally decorate houses and invite friends and family from all over the country virtually. This development was forced by the pandemic, where enforced social distancing has destroyed one of the biggest sales occasions of the year. So which company or brand developed this? What activity is it a digital equivalent of? As a clue, I will tell you that it's a very appropriate question to start the quiz with. So you need to give us 2 parts. Which company developed this app and what activity is it a digital equivalent of? We have blanked out the first word in the name of the app because that is a clue towards the second part, which is what activity. So Kapinjal and Yogesh, in all teams, please nominate one person to answer so that, you know, we are not you're not talking over each other. So Kapinjal and Yogesh, please put on your videos. And Vista team, is it possible to just see a panel of all of those people alone, the finalists alone, and their videos?
Let me see what can be done.
Sir, if all the finalists switch on their videos, you can click and switch off all the non-video on participants. Then only they will be seen. Otherwise, whichever participant is currently live, I can spotlight that particular participant.
Okay, fine. We'll see how best to do this, because this is not a webinar, it's a meeting room. So little issues there. Hatim, please go back. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. So Kapinjal and Yogesh, please make a guess.
Okay, we're looking at IKEA, and this should be one of the annual, let's say, Frankfurt, whatever, show.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very clearly. Can you repeat your answer once?
Yeah, sorry. IKEA is the company.
IKEA, okay.
And we're guessing this is a show for...
this is a show, okay.
Messe Frankfurt show.
Okay. Passing you on that, not IKEA and a show. Passing you to Arun and Zaman.
This is IKEA and this is the annual Halloween shopping for furniture.
IKEA and the what for furniture?
Halloween shopping for furniture.
Halloween shopping for furniture. Okay. Passing you to Rohan and Preetham. Barclays, please answer.
Hey, is Preetham audible, Venki?
No, you are audible. Preetham is not.
Okay, he was asking if the blank is indicative.
Yeah, throughout the quiz, the blank lines are more or less indicative.
Okay, yeah, okay. We'll say Mars, and okay. This is to do with the trick and treating in Halloween, candy sales and so on.
Okay, Mars and trick and treating during Halloween. So what do you think the first word in the blank is?
Mars or M&M or something, chocolate.
So you said Mars for the company and the activity being trick and treating. That's absolutely correct. Great start by team 3. Absolutely right. This is Mars and trick or treat. The app is called Treat Town. As you know, today is Halloween, right? So some people got onto the track, but it was not IKEA and Halloween furniture sales. This is Mars. And because you cannot do, door-to-door trick or treating this time, and normally candy sales would have hit the roof during this period, they've done a virtual trick or treat for Halloween. So that's well answered. Hatim, please give 10 points to team number 3 on that. And teams, please keep your own score as well, just so that if there are any disputes later, keep your own score. Hatim, just maintain scores on paper. That's fine. Right at the end, we can project the score slides if we want to.
All right.
Okay. That's 10 points to team 3. Next question goes to Ramesh and Prashant, LSQ.
Venki, 1 second. Is there a pound here?
Okay. Next question, Ramesh and Prashant. This was specially released by Nike for the NBA All-Star game. Called the LeBron 17 blank in homage to something. It was also a nice reminder of $100+ million project that is due to be revealed in 2021. What is this called? One word for the blank. What is the 2021 project?
Venki, one question. Is there a pound on this?
There is no pounds, Yogesh. There is no pounds. There is no pounds. Okay, so I'll give you a clue to help you along. Think about the world of entertainment. Think about the world of entertainment. So what is this called? It's called the LeBron 17 blank. And what is the 2021 project? Right, Ramesh and Prashant, it's your chance. Do you have a guess?
Yeah. So, okay, let me, I can see Space Jam there. So let me go with something like Monsters, LeBron 17 Monsters.
Okay.
And because that's All Stars and Monsters, right? So
okay,
that's one thing. The 2021 project. Prashant, do you have anything for that? Okay, his mic is not working. So
take an obvious guess now that you have worked most of it out and spotted things carefully. Take an obvious guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with the sequel to Space Jam.
That's good enough. Take your 10 points. That's a good answer. This is Monstars and this is Space Jam, A New Legacy. Monstars were the villainous characters in the original Space Jam movie, which of course starred Michael Jordan and a bunch of other Looney Tunes characters. And the sequel to that, Space Jam, A New Legacy, or Space Jam 2 is coming up in 2021. And this is called the LeBron 17 Monstars. That's good. 10 points to team number 4, Ramesh and Prashant. TCS Sai Mitra, your question. Okay. When the new employee, armed is in italics, with thermal imaging, 3D and camera vision, joined this company, whose logo you see here in 2018, he was almost fired after the first day. And I will tell you that, take the he in quotes over here. The problem was that the staff needed to be retrained to work more collaboratively with him. Mostly it's the timing. You kind of need to work around his schedule. Who is this he we are talking about, or who is this new employee, and which company hired him? The company's logo is seen over there. It's a company which has, I would say, operations in many countries, US, Mexico, even in the Middle East, in Europe, and so on. JK and Naveen?
You are on mute, team 5, you are on mute.
Hey, Naveen, can you unmute yourself and say the answer? Okay, Naveen is having problems speaking.
Okay.
So, I'll just repeat whatever he's saying. He's saying this is, okay, he's saying this is a burger flipping robot.
Okay.
Which is hired by a company called Cali Burger.
Perfect answer. Take your 10 points. Absolutely correct. This is Flippy, the burger flipping robot. The reason it's called Flippy is that it's a robot that kind of flips burgers and helps, hasten the turnaround times and speeds and so on. And this brand called Cali Burger hired them. Absolutely correct. Cali Burger is a chain, burger joint chain that's there in many, many countries: US, Mexico, China, Kuwait, Malaysia, etc. Well done. 10 points to team 5. Question to team 6, which is Siddharth and Abhinav. Team 6. In 1665, this family began brewing sake and started a business. The 15th generation heir to the business was born in 1921. The name chosen for him was too old-fashioned, so his father chose a new one using a character for enlightened. So when we say character here, I mean a word or a character like that. Don't think of character as in a movie character or something. When I say character, it's like a word or a syllable or whatever it is. Who is this person? What did he go on to found? The logo that you see there is the logo of the brewery business. This is a question direct to team 6, which is Siddharth and Abhinav.
Please unmute yourself while speaking. I think you are on mute.
We're gonna guess Akio Morita and Sony.
Akio Morita and Sony. So do you know what the character or the word meaning enlightened is?
Probably Akio. I mean,
that is good enough. That is good enough. Take your 10 points. Absolutely correct. Yeah. So there is Morita. Morita Shobe is the brewing company. The character Aki means enlightened in Japanese, and this is Akio Morita and Sony. That is correct. Team scoring. Well done. Good guess there. Well worked out. 10 points to team 6 as well. We move now to team 7, which is Subrata and Abhishek. You're direct. Driven by the need to be attractive to a younger, more woke crowd, this 183-year-old brand announced that starting in October 2020, it would start to be more transparent in a very opaque industry. The project, which the company says is an industry first, took nearly 2 decades to complete due to challenges of tracking down sourcing information. Which iconic brand, which was recently taken over, and what exactly is this new initiative that they've come up with? What will they be providing to customers? Subrata and Abhishek. Which iconic brand and what will they be providing to customers?
Iconic brand which was recently taken over. Okay, so October 2020, मैंने पढ़ा नहीं.
Missed out reading this in your prep?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so we are guessing that we are guessing that this is a. They're basically going to bring in a transparent cola.
Transparent cola, okay.
Yeah, and which brand which was recently taken over? No idea.
No idea. Okay. Passing you to Anush and Vinit.
Yeah, so we'll say this is. And
sorry, lost you, Anush. Please repeat.
Yeah, we are saying this is De Beers diamonds. De Beers.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And basically, they'll be providing customers the source of the diamond to ensure that conflict diamonds are not being used in their business.
Okay. Okay. Nice guess. Passing you to Kapinjal and Yogesh.
Okay. So yeah. So our guess would be Tiffany.
Sorry, can you say again?
The iconic brand is a Tiffany.
Okay.
And recently it was taken over by LVMH.
Okay.
And what will be provided to customers?
Maybe they are giving the prices online.
Yogesh, your line is very bad. We cannot hear you at all. So
yeah, maybe they are giving prices openly.
They are giving what openly?
Because generally these companies don't give pricing. With pricing, when you ask only they give.
Okay, I can barely hear you, but I think you're saying something to do with pricing. Okay, I'll have to pass you. I'll have to pass you. Arun and Zaman?
I'm going to mix the answers. So Tiffany and the source of the diamonds.
That is the right answer. Well done. It is indeed Tiffany, which was taken over by LVMH, as Kapinjal said, and the provenance or the source of the diamonds. Because nobody kind of, if you, so Tiffany has said that if you buy a diamond above a certain value or weight or whatever it is, they will give you a complete traceability chart for the diamond, including where it was mined, who handled it, where it was cut, etc., all the way till it came to the Tiffany showroom, right? That's the famous Tiffany Blue. And Tiffany, of course, recently announced pre-pandemic, the deal was supposed to be closed. I think it's finally been announced for some $15 billion or something, Tiffany being taken over by LVMH. So that's 5 points to team 8, 5 points to team 1, and the full 10 points for putting the answers together to team 2. Hatem, have you got that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Let's move to Rohan and Preetham for the next question. In the early 1900s, a group of patriotic businessmen wanted to start an establishment in this Indian city to promote homegrown products and named it appropriately. The establishment continues to be recommended to travelers by the likes of Lonely Planet. Appropriately, it was inaugurated by an Indian who had made a mark in England in the late 1890s. What establishment is this? Which is what is the name that we know it by today? What was its appropriate original name, where it had one extra word in the name by which we know it today? And who inaugurated it? 3 parts. This is an establishment that continues to exist even today and continues to be recommended as a establishment or shop to go to by travelers coming into India. So the first 2 parts are more or less the same, just need one additional word in the second part. And you have to give me the name of a person who inaugurated it. Barclays, please make a guess.
Yeah. One sec.
Yeah.
We'll say Bombay Store,
okay.
Swadeshi Store, and Ranjit Singh Ji.
Bombay Store, Swadeshi Store, and Ranjit Singh Ji. Okay. Passing you to Ramesh and Prashant.
So, Venki, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
We'll say Bombay Stores. We'll say Swadeshi Stores.
Okay.
The original name, and Tilak.
Tilak. Okay. Passing you on to Naveen and JK.
Okay. Naveen says it again. Bombay Store. Okay.
Yes.
Bombay Swadeshi Cooperative Store Exchange.
Okay.
Dadabhai Naoroji.
Perfect answer. 10 points. Absolutely right. Dadabhai Naoroji. He had made a mark by becoming the first person of Indian origin to get elected to the UK Parliament when he won from the Finsbury constituency in 1895, I think. And he was in fact Tilak's mentor, and Tilak was one of the people who was behind opening the store. So the Bombay Store, the Bombay Swadeshi Cooperative Store is the perfect answer, but that's enough for Swadeshi. That's all I wanted in the second part. And Dadabhai Naoroji is absolutely right. So we're going to give 6 points to team 3, Barclays, for getting the first 2 parts, and the full 10 points to team number 5, Naveen and JK, Sai Mitra and TCS, for getting the full answer. Okay. Hatem, you got that? Right. Let's move to team number 6, Siddharth and Abhinav. It's 1929 and Wall Street is in trouble. The Banque Française and whatever that is has realized that it has rights to a lot of blank in Brazil. It can't do much with it and the price has crashed. Hey guys, please don't answer on the chat, or you're doing private answers. Okay, that's fine. It can't do much with it. The price has crashed. It has decided it would get in touch with an expert in the field and calls people in Switzerland. They agree, but it takes 9 years before the researchers make a breakthrough. What brand resulted from all this? Very simple. Team 6. Guys who are messaging answers to me in private chat, I won't be able to respond to you, but you can feel happy if you, once you see the answer slide, if you got it right, and keep your own scores. Okay. Siddharth and Abhinav, please make a guess. Which brand resulted from all of this context? Ravi Shankar Zaha.
We will say Tissot.
Tissot, not Tissot. Going over to Subrata and Abhishek.
Nescafe.
And who's the researcher?
नाम जर्मन नाम है, भूल गया आदमी।
अच्छा, कैसे भूल गया? ये तो याद रखना चाहिए ना। ऐसे टाइप के क्विज़ेस आ रहे हैं अभी। Max Morgenthaler.
हाँ, Max Morgenthaler.
That is the right answer. Nescafe. So they contacted Nestle, obviously in Switzerland. The bank had access to a lot of coffee beans in Brazil, and Max Morgenthaler came up with Nescafe instant coffee. That is correct. 10 points to Subrata and Abhishek, who are off the mark. All teams are off the mark now. Excellent. Anush and Vinid, your question. Alert to the technical advances of his time, in 1962, he produced the first of his futuristic designs, which were informally called dash collections, thanks to the person seen on the next slide. Fascinated by space-age materials, he molded plastic visors to make them resemble another sort of headgear. One of the most famous designs was the X dress, so called due to its design, which might also recall a famous brand identity. So 3 parts. Who is this person? A very famous name. What was the name of the collection, which is the blank you need to fill? Length of blank is indicative. And what is the X dress? Okay. Let's see some images. The first image is that of this person. He is the one who, you don't have to name this guy. He is the one who inspired the designer to come up with a new line of sorts. And he called it the blank collection after this guy, not after his name, but for the general context. And the next slide has the image of the iconic dress. You can see that on a mannequin on the left, and you can see it zoomed out on the right. What was this dress called? So let's go back to the text.
Okay, Arun, sorry.
Okay, Arun, go for it.
Yeah, Venki, we'll say, so the 3 parts, right?
Yeah.
The name of this collection is the Cosmonaut collection.
Okay.
X, the brand identity, we're going with Target.
Target, okay.
And who is Yves Saint Laurent?
Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent,
Cosmonaut
collection and
Target.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Kapinjal and Yogesh.
This is Pierre Cardin.
Okay.
And it's a space-age collection. And what does he want?
What is the name of that collection?
Kapinjal space-age collection or cosmonaut collection.
Make up your mind. Give me one answer.
Cosmonaut collection.
Cosmonaut collection. And what is X?
Space-age collection. Okay. And what is the third thing you want?
What is the dress called?
Bubble dress.
So what dress?
Bubble dress.
Bubble dress. Okay. Passing you to Arun and Zaman.
I call it the Yuri collection.
What collection? UV.
Yuri.
Okay. Yuri collection.
Like the Target dress.
Okay.
And And I'll stick to cosmonaut. As in like who the designer is Coco Chanel. Sorry.
Coco Chanel. Okay. Passing you to Rohan and Preetham.
The who is Pierre Cardin.
Right.
The collection is the Gagarin collection after Yuri Gagarin.
Okay.
And the X is Target.
X is Target. Okay. I'll have to pass you on to Ramesh and Prashant.
So I'll say Pierre Cardin.
Okay.
The collection is the Cosmo collection,
Okay.
And X, it's the Target dress.
That is correct. That is the full 10 points. Somebody had to put it all together. I was thinking Rohan's going to do that, but he went with Gagarin collection. I said it's not named after him. It's just the context. So it was called the Cosmonaut or the Cosmos collection. The dress was called the Target dress, and this is Pierre Cardin. So points, team 8, Anush and Vineet get 6 points for giving us Cosmonaut and Target first. Kapinjal and Yogesh, team 1 get 4 points for giving us Pierre Cardin first. And team 4, Ramesh and Prashant get the full 10 points for completing the answer.
Venki, Arun is my teammate.
Arun is your teammate. Sorry, not Vineet. Sorry. Yeah. Anush and Arun, team 8, 6 points. Team 1, 4 points. Team 4, 10 points. Question direct to TCS Sai Mitra. It was shaped after the example of the VOC. In 1621, it was granted a charter for the right on shipping and trade and a monopoly of trade and commerce in the area between the Tropic of Cancer and the Cape of Good Hope and the Americas, including the Pacific. Set up to eliminate competition, the company's activities inevitably led to colonization. Which company that found riches by looking in the other direction? In which country did this colonial legacy persist till 1975? And as an additional clue, in this country became independent in 1975 from the colonial rule, but still, for example, still continues the legacy of that in terms of the language and the culture and so on as well. Okay, audience are attempting the answer to me, and somebody's got one part right. Okay, go for it. Ravi Shankar Saha also gets the first part correct.
Venki, we'll go with Dutch West India because you said other direction.
Okay.
West Indies or West Indies. Whatever, Dutch, like the Dutch East Indies company, this is a Dutch West Indies company.
Okay.
And the company which became independent is Suriname in America.
Brilliant answer, JK, absolutely correct. This is the Dutch West Indies company. That's why it said in the other direction. Everybody else was going east in terms of exploration, to Asia, India and beyond. These guys decided that we will try on the other side of the West. And went into Africa and a lot of the Caribbean islands and so on. And also colonized Suriname. And Suriname became independent in 1975 and is the only Dutch-speaking country in the Americas, apart from the Caribbean islands, which are like Aruba and Curacao, which are also part of the Kingdom of Netherlands territory. That's a fantastic answer. Well done to team 5, who get themselves another 10 points, showing the class over here. Next question to Siddharth and Abhinav. After this company was kicked out of the App Store for bypassing its payment system, it chose a memorable way of hitting back at the company's overbearing attitude to them. They declared war on Apple and released an ad. Which company is this? And what was the inspiration for the ad? Okay, Ravi Shankar Saha from the audience gets it absolutely right. So does Anirudh Krishnan.
Can we give the answer?
Yes, please go ahead.
So the company's Epic Games, because of the transaction thing, 30% tax that they had, and the inspiration for the ad was the 1984 Apple ad.
Okay. And what specifically is the first part?
The company's Epic Games, the one which Fortnite and all that they have.
Yeah. That's all I wanted. The dispute specifically was with Fortnite. And for the second part, you said?
The 1984 Apple ad.
The 1984 Apple ad. That is correct. Let's see this. Okay, so this is what Fortnite did. The famous girl running up with the hammer 1984 Apple Macintosh ad. Go back, please. Yeah. So Fortnite and Epic Games and Apple 1984 ad is absolutely right. Good answer. 10 points to team 6. Subrato and Abhishek, question coming to you. Penultimate question of Clockwise. The Earl's Court Motor Show of 1975 marked the debut of this automobile for owners who wish to progress to four-wheel transport. Though ideal for a family with luggage, it soon went out of fashion thanks to competitors. It had another afterlife under the name XY thanks to a Bangalore-based manufacturer. However, history repeated itself in the 1980s when a new arrival on the market wiped out the XY. So what is the XY, right? I will say that, yeah, X is kind of the company name, the Indian company name, and Y is the specific brand name in that sense. And what was the new competitor which wiped them out? Here's an image. There you go. That's pretty much what it is. It was like a two-door car. So what was the Indian avatar of this called? And who was their competitor who wiped them out? Hatim, go back to the text.
So what do you want? You want the car name?
Yes, the Indian avatar of the car. The Indian Bangalore-based manufacturer is X. The specific brand is Y.
Okay, so let's try.
So better go ahead with it.
Yeah.
I think it was called there was this. I think this is the. There's this company car called Badal in the 1980s. Okay. Badal, BADL.
Got it.
It's
Badal.
the Sail Badal, if I think.
Sail Badal, okay.
And the competitor is Maruti 800.
Maruti 800, okay. Passing.
I mean, it was based on the European model that we have is there is this British company called as Reliant Robin.
Okay.
And that is what we have.
Okay, excellent. But I'll have to pass you on. Setu, meanwhile, has got it from the audience. Anush and Arun.
Okay, so we are staying with Maruti 800 for the second part.
Okay.
We'll say Premier Padmini for the first part.
Not the Premier Padmini. Passing to Kapinjal and Yogesh.
Reva is and Maruti.
Okay. I'm sorry?
Maruti Suzuki is 800 and just for lack of everything. Reva.
No. Passing you, Arun and Zaman.
We don't have a guess.
You don't have a guess. Passing you to Rohan and Preetham.
There was the 118 NE, Padmini 118, the 118 NE.
118 NE, okay.
And Maruti 800.
Not the 118 NE. Ramesh and Prashant?
I wanted to say 118 NE too, so I'll change and say Contessa Classic. And
Contessa Classic. Nice guess. Not the Contessa Classic. Passing you to Naveen and JK.
Naveen says it's Sipani Dolphin.
Okay.
And Maruti 800.
If Naveen says Sipani Dolphin and Maruti 800, Naveen is usually correct, and he is correct. Take your 10 points. Subrata came very close. This is SAIL. Yeah, SAIL had Badal as well. Sipani Automobiles India Limited was SAIL. They had Badal as well, but in this case, we were looking for the Dolphin, right? All the other fundas of Reliant Robin and all of that you said, which is all correct. So the Badal was the Reliant Robin, the Dolphin was the Reliant Kitten. And what you saw in the picture was the Dolphin. So we wanted the Sipani Dolphin and Maruti 800. Great, another 10 points to team 5 and 3 points to Subrata and Abhishek for saying the Maruti 800. Okay, last question of the clockwise round to Siddharth and Abhinav. Okay, this is my question. It should be easy. What is this chronological list of 13 entries? Whose name is missing and what is specific or special about the missing entry? For the second part, I'm not going to give part points. You see Dhoni, Flintoff and Peterson, Pollard and Bond, Gambhir, Jadeja, Maxwell, Yuvraj, Blank, Watson, Stokes, Unadkat and Varun, and Pat Cummins. So that's 13 entries over there. What is this a list of? Whose name is missing and what is special about the entry? The missing entry. Okay, Siddharth, Abhinav?
Yeah, so we will say these are the list of the costliest IPL, as in player in the IPL for that year, 13 editions,
Okay.
which is why some of them have 2 of them.
Okay.
And
costliest player, I mean, can you add one more word?
In the auction, basically.
In the auction,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So we will say because CSK was banned in 2015,
Okay.
Dhoni was not retained by CSK and basically he was not a marquee player, and he went to the auction and he became the costliest player.
I see. Okay. No, not correct. I think they just allowed Rising Pune Super Giants and Gujarat Lions to like do a draft pick and take people. So we'll pass you on to Subrato and Abhishek.
So we are saying, I mean, same thing, the costliest India players in the IPL.
Okay.
Right. And the player we are saying is it is Yuvraj Singh, who repeated twice. Okay. I think once it was for RCB and the other time it was for Delhi Daredevils.
Okay. And why have I blanked that particular entry out?
Because he came twice. I mean, he's the only double entry into that one. I mean, and
no, you can see Ben Stokes there, for example, who's already a double entry.
Two separate. I mean, he became the costliest player for 2 separate IPL teams. That is RCB and Delhi Daredevils. And I think Ben Stokes was for the same one. I mean, he was released and then bought back or something like that.
That's all okay. Tell me what is special or specific what is special in this list of 13? What is special about that particular blank? Just take an obvious guess.
He got bought for more money. I mean, others, I mean, I think
I'll give it to you. I'll close it. You said something that I wanted to hear. It is the most expensive purchase till date, right? Okay. For 16 crores. He himself had gone in the previous year, like you said, to RCB for 14.5 crores. And he was bought by Delhi for 16 crores in 2015. Pat Cummins this year came very close with 15.5 crores for KKR. So 5 points to Siddharth and Abhinav, team 6 for the highest played players in the IPL auction. And it was Yuvraj Singh again and the most expensive player. So the full 10 points to Subrata and Abhishek. Okay, so that ends the clockwise round. Hatim, if you can quickly read out scores. I've also kept score. I'll tabulate. Teams, I hope you've kept scores.
All right, so team 1 is at 9.
Yeah.
Team 2 is at 10.
Yes.
Team 3 with 16.
That is correct.
Team 4, 20.
That's correct.
Team 5 with 40.
Team 5 in the lead with 40.
Team 6 with 25.
Team 6 in second place currently with 25.
Team 7 with 23.
Team 7 in third place currently with 23.
And Team 8 has 11.
Team 8 has 11. That is correct. So in the next round, what we'll do is we'll just go in ascending order of, actually, it doesn't matter. We'll just go in regular order. We'll do the first 4 clockwise. And then we'll do questions 5, 6, 7, 8 anti-clockwise. Teams 8, 7, 6, 5. Right? And then once again, we'll start from team 8. So that'll just be fair. So let's see this round. The special round. It's a round of animals in biz. So the animal part will either be in the question or in the answer. It will be very obvious, right? 1 direct to each team, plus 6 for each question. You first get the option on your direct. If you answer it wrong, then other teams can send a direct message to Hatim. So be very careful. Go to the chat and just check and make sure that you have on the drop down there Hatim from Nexus, right? Hatim from Nexus. You need to send your DMs to him, but only if the team whose direct it is does not answer. But for that attempt, you have a plus 6 minus 3. So this is the only part of the quiz where there is some negative marking. Yeah. Plus 6 minus 3 to the others if the direct is unanswered. I will announce it at that time saying, please send in your DMs to Hatim, and in like 10, 20 seconds, we will close it, right? We won't give you more time because already it's a direct to one team. So Kapinjal and Yogesh, this is your question. You can answer on the mic. There's no negative for your guess, okay? 6 points if you get it right. This company started as a cycle maker and later moved to motorbikes and in a few years to making cars. They sold a succession of stylish salons and sports cars. One of their models, the Stag, was popular in the 1970s. James Bond drives one in Diamonds Are Forever. The marquee disappeared in 1984. Simply tell us which company are we talking about. There's an image of the Stag. So that's why it's in the animals round, because this model was called the Stag. Go back to the text. Just simply tell us whose model was the Stag.
Can you answer?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Triumph.
Sorry?
Triumph.
Triumph is correct. Take your 6 points. Absolutely right. It is Triumph. Triumph automobiles.
Yeah, is there a neg on the pounce?
Only on the pounce.
Okay.
And that pounce opens only if the direct goes unanswered.
Yeah, and what is the neg?
We put it up, it's minus 3.
Oh, sorry.
Plus 6 minus 3. Okay. Okay, Arun, question. This institution has a rich collection of art inside and around it. One of them is Equus by Edwina Sandys, a granddaughter of Winston Churchill. That could be a bit of a clue to figuring out what institution this is. The penguin, made of aluminium and just over a meter tall, was made by Canadian sculptor Yolanda Vandergast. And there is a baby elephant sculpture called Tembo. So you see these various animal sculptures that are there inside this venerable institution. I'm not giving you any specific clues. I'm telling you what type of institution it is. It is a very well-known institution. Let's see the pictures. Yeah, so these are the 3 examples. So you can see the penguin, you can see the other sculpture, you can see the elephant sculpture. Where will you find all of these? Inside the premises of which institution will you find all of these? Just as a clue, it is not a company. Okay, it's not a company. So don't say offices of some brand. It's not a company. Okay, lots of people getting it from the audience. Bibas has got it. I think Janardhan got it as well. Okay, let's go back. Hatem, go back. Yeah.
Okay, we are going to guess London School of Economics.
That's a terrific guess and gets you 10 points. If that was a guess, that's a great guess. Well done. The London School of Economics is correct. Well answered. Rohan and Preetham, your question. This European country's currency, okay, this is straight up Preetham's alley and Rohan's as well. This European country's currency is named after the local word for marten, the kind of animal you see here. This is due to the high trade when pelts of this animal were used as a form of payment in medieval times. Which country and what is the currency called?
Croatia and Kuna.
That's correct. 10 points. Sorry, 6 points. Croatia and Kuna is correct. So that's 6 points to Rohan and Preetham as well. Question to Ramesh and Prashant. This brand, named after this creature, was first produced by Matthew Gloag and Son in 1896. It is a mix of Highland Park and Macallan. As a game bird, this creature tastes good when you cover the breasts in flour and bake them. Which is the brand? The picture. Which is the brand? Looking for a two-word name. Setu has cracked it from the audience, as has Rabi. Back to the text.
Can we answer, Venki?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Grey Goose.
Incorrect. So it's open to the others on the pounce now. Please send in your pounces to Hatem on the DM quickly.
I pounced. Yes, yes.
Please mute yourselves, guys. One of you, please send in a DM to him and please identify yourself as well if the name doesn't come through. So give your team name or team number or one of your names or whatever it is. It's going to close in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. We will not take any more guesses. Lots of people from the audience got it right. Setu from the audience, if you are there, can you raise your hands, unmute yourself and give us a guess?
This is Famous Grouse.
That is correct, Setu. This is Famous Grouse, not Grey Goose. Sorry. This is Famous Grouse. The blended Scotch, which uses these two base single malts, Highland Park and Macallan. Okay. Hatem, go to the answer. And also please announce who got it right on the pounds. Were there any negs and who got the positives?
Nobody gets negs, but there are too many answers and numbers over here. So okay, so Kapinjal gets Famous Grouse. So
6
that's
points, team 1.
Sai Mitra gets.
Okay, 6 points to team 5.
And team 6 gets it.
Okay, Siddharth and Abhinav 6 points.
Team 2 gets it.
Arun and Zaman 6 points.
And 5, team 6. Barclays gets it.
Barclays gets it. Okay, Rohan and Preetham 6 points.
Okay. All right.
What about team 7 and team 8?
Team 7, team 8.
Yeah, I wrote.
Who's that? Team 7, is it?
Subrato. Huh?
Yeah, team 8 is sent it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I got answers from team 7 and team 8. Yes.
Okay, so everybody got +6 on this, except team 4, whose direct it was. All right. Now let's kind of start in the reverse order and give the next question to team 8, Anush and Arun. This Crown Dependencies Mint began releasing a special bullion coin in 1988. One side features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while the other features a creature. a different variety of the same creature is picked each year. Those that have appeared till now include the following varieties: Balinese, Persian, Norwegian, Turkish, Coon, and Bengal. Which is this place? It's a crown dependency, so it's a territory, a dependent territory of the UK. And which animals are used? So which creature is this? A very common creature. And if you're actually able to work out if you get the creature, you can kind of, if you know some fundas, you can actually work out the name of the territory as well. Since there are two parts here, I will not be revealing whether a part is right or wrong if they get only one part. But on the pounds, if you get one part wrong, you'll still get a -3. So be wary if they don't answer and you're pouncing on this. Okay, Anush and Arun?
Okay, we'll say Cayman Islands.
Okay.
And okay, fine. We'll go with tiger.
Cayman Islands and tiger. That's incorrect. So it is now open on the pounds for the other teams.
Please can you answer with the team name or the team number? Team number would be preferable.
Yeah, team number would be ideal. So please write team 1 and then write your guess. Easy for Hatim to tabulate. Please note, if you get one part wrong, you will still get a -3. Ravi Shankar Saha is on fire in the audience. He has cracked the first part. Okay, going to close in a few seconds. Please send in your guesses if you wish to. Sometime now. Closing in 5, 4. Janardhan Upadhyay gets it wrong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's closed. Okay. Rabi, please unmute yourself and give us a guess.
So the place is Isle of Man.
Okay.
And the animal would be tiger, since Bengals.
Not tiger. Isle of Man is a very good answer. That was the tougher part, which you got it right. Let's see what the animal is. The animal is the cat. Yeah. So the Isle of Man also has the Manx cat, which is a famous breed. This is Isle of Man, and these are all varieties of cats. So every year they issue a bullion coin with QE2 on one side and a different cat breed on the other side. Anybody pounced, Hatim?
So teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 get points on this.
Lovely. Great answering. So once again repeating, 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, and 7.
5 and
7.
7. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Well answered by everyone. Team 7, question is with you. Hey, what happened?
Skip to the answer.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Okay. So sorry, this question has got skipped. Okay. And we have only 8 questions in this round. So what we'll do is, okay, since we have to be fair and give everybody one direct, go to the next question. Team 7 and 6, both of you can attempt this question on pounds. Others don't attempt. It's only for teams 7 and 6. Both of you can attempt this on pounds to Hatim without any negs, because we skipped a question by mistake, and there are only 8 questions in this round. So both the Siddharth and Abhinav, as well as Subrato and Abhishek, you can treat it as your direct question. Don't answer on the voice. Just send it out to Hatim. Even if you get it wrong, no next to you. This brand store on Madison Avenue and 45th Street was once advertised as the greatest sporting goods store in the world. People like Ernst Hemingway trooped in to buy outdoors equipment from them. Amelia Earhart wore one of their jackets during her epic flight. The brand has an animal which grows horns as heavy as 30 kgs on its old logo. Which brand? Okay, Dipayan has got it right from the audience, as has Ravi. Okay, 6 and 7, just let me know once you've sent in your guesses.
Yeah, I sent it to Hatim.
Okay, you've sent it. Okay, team 6.
Yeah, we have also sent an answer.
Okay.
6 and 7 have sent it.
6 and 7 have both sent. Okay. Team 7, let's hear what you said.
This is the question I missed in Kerala. Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch is correct. Yeah, it's the Abercrombie and Fitch. It has a moose or reindeer in its logo. Did both team 6 and 7 get it?
Both of them got it right.
Yeah, perfect. So 6 points to both of them then. And the last question of this round goes to TCS Symitra. This series began in 1937 with the goal of introducing serious non-fiction material to the layman. Their prices were low and the line became successful. The series began with the crazy sounding title, The Intelligent Woman's Guide to Socialism, Capitalism, Sovietism and Fascism. The series fell into decline and was retired in 1984. Which series or imprint are we talking about? There's a larger parent brand which we don't want. We want the specific imprint. JK and Naveen?
Yeah, this is Pelican, which is part of Penguin.
That is correct. That is correct, JK. Take your 6 points. This is Pelican, which is the non-fiction line from Penguin. Correct? All right. Let's, that's the end of the round. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a different take of animals in biz. Let's do a check on the scores, please.
All right. So team 1 is at 27.
Correct.
Team 2 is at 28.
Correct.
Team 3 is at 34.
Correct.
Team 4 at 26.
Team 4 at 26. Correct.
Team 5 at 58.
Team 5 at 58. Yes.
Team 6 at 37.
Team 6 at 37. Correct.
Team number 7 at 41.
Yes. Team 7 are indeed at 41.
And team 8 is at 17.
Team 8 on 17. That is correct. So currently in the lead are Symitra TCS on a score of 58 points. In second place are Subrato and Abhishek on 41 points. And a very close fight for third place between team 6, Siddharth and Abhinav on 37 and Barclays on 34. Then we have Arun and Zaman on 28. We have Kapinjal and Yogesh on 27. And we have Ramesh and Prashant on 26. So all pretty close. Right. Anti-clockwise, 12 questions. Same rules as before as the first round, infinite bounds. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second. Okay, sorry guys, just had a power outage, fix that. All right. So we start with team 8. Anush and Arun, your question coming up. This company's story begins after World War II in a country devastated by the war. It was tasked by the government to rebuild the country. Following the 1973 oil crisis, it started focusing on high-tech sectors like aerospace and defense, for which it is now renowned. An iconic car brand named after its founder and not a famous Shakespearean character was also part of the company until 1980s when an automobile giant bought it. Which company? It is, today it is renowned for being in the aerospace and defense sectors. It is named after a famous person from the country. And what is this car brand that used to be part of their stable, right? Here is a clue to figure out the car brand. Yeah, the person circled over there, he is the one who kind of lent his name to the car brand, right? And the logo over there is the logo of the company. Okay, let's go back to the text. So first figure out which country this could be. All this could be from. Think of a very, very, very famous person from that country, not a biz person, just a very famous person from that country who lent his name to this holding company, which is today big in the aerospace and defense areas. And at one point of time, they used to, under their stable, own a famous car brand, which is named after the person you saw in the picture and not after a Shakespearean character. All right. Arun and Anush.
Venki, just to clarify one bit, you said the car brand is named after the founder, and that founder is the person in the picture.
That is correct.
The famous countryman is someone entirely different from the same country.
Completely different. Yeah. The famous countryman is someone completely different. So let me clarify as well. A part of the car brand's name comes from the name of the founder.
Okay.
The other part comes from something else. I'm not telling you what. The famous countryman is not the person you see there. It is somebody completely different and somebody very, very, very famous, not from the world of business.
Okay. Just give us 5 more seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Ravi Shankar Zaha has got the answer correct as usual.
Okay, Venki, we'll say Leonardo da Vinci for the famous countryman.
Okay.
And the car brand we'll say is Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. That's good enough. Take 10 points. That is correct. This is Leonardo, Leonardo Aerospace, Leonardo Finmeccanica, as it used to be at one point of time. And they, under their Finmeccanica stable, there's been lots of course, realignment, reorganization. Augusta Westland is also part of it and all that. But they used to have Alfa Romeo. The Romeo in Alfa Romeo comes from Nicola Romeo, whom you saw in the picture. So well done, well worked out. Good gen quizzing by team 8. 10 points to you. Question to team 7. This film poked fun at the company's anti-X stance, despite its insistence on getting its products to everyone around the world. James Cagney stars in this film as an executive who tries to get the product to 300 million thirsty people, telling his superior that Napoleon blew it, Hitler blew it, but we are going to pull it off. But sees his idea squashed ultimately. Which company is this, and what was Cagney's character in this film trying to do? Fairly simple question, I think.
So what do you want here? Company, okay.
Yeah, which company or brand? Company. It's a 1961 film.
Okay. Okay. So got it. So Napoleon blew it, Hitler blew it. Okay. So this is Coca-Cola selling to his company Coca-Cola. Yeah. And basically Napoleon and Hitler both tried to capture and failed in capturing Soviet Russia. Okay. So selling Coca-Cola in Soviet Russia.
Perfect. 10 points. Absolutely right. Well worked out from the history context as well. Failed operations of both Napoleon and Hitler. in Russia, and Coke wanting to enter and capture the Russian or Soviet market, which I think they ultimately did in the mid 80s or something. Well done. 10 points to team 7. Question to team 6. Team 6. One of the most iconic brands of the 1990s has now reappeared in the Blade A3Y mobile phone. The color is not by accident. It will remind older users of the brand, which once was everyone's go-to. As The Verge magazine put it, all these moves pale in comparison to what Blank was. The Blade A3Y isn't the old Blank and really only features its color, but it's fun to remember what it was. Which brand fills up the blank, and who is the manufacturer of the Blade A3Y? Here, please show the image, Hatim. It's very useful. There you go. See the image, especially notice the image on the right and the color over there. That should be very helpful. So what did this color and this whole thing remind people of? Questions with team 6. And who is the manufacturer or manufacturer and seller of the Blade A3Y?
Okay. Pinky, can we speak?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, we will say the brand, as in the color brand, is Yahoo.
Okay.
And a manufacturer, we'll just say Verizon.
Verizon. Okay, good guess. Good guess. Passing you on to team 5.
Okay. Naveen says it's Yahoo and ZTE, the Chinese manufacturer.
Perfect answer again. 10 points to team 5. Absolutely correct. This is Verizon actually licensed, which now owns Yahoo, of course, licensed this out to ZTE, the Chinese telecom manufacturer and network provider. And there is a Yahoo mobile that's been launched. So those purple colors, of course, remind you of Yahoo. Glad that even though Siddharth and Abhinav may not have used Yahoo very extensively while growing up, still cracked the answer. Well done. 5 points to team 6, full 10 points to team 5. Question to team 4. Team 4. In 1999, this man's son took to running a brand that was close to being shut down. He quickly realized that something they were doing because of their new factory was a problem. So he did the risky counterintuitive thing. Sales dropped for the first month, but after that, they started climbing. They have not looked back since then, despite a few hiccups. Which brand is this? What is the counterintuitive thing that he did? So because they'd had a new factory and so on, they had started doing something in the market. And this man's son said, we have to put a stop to that. And, so he did a counterintuitive thing. So which brand? Ideally, give me the brand, not the parent company. Give me the brand. And what counterintuitive thing did he do?
Okay.
This is with team 4. Yeah, Ramesh, Prashant.
So we'll say essentially the bullet, right? So the Siddhartha Lal, they rechristened the bike. They went up. The counterintuitive thing was to sell a more expensive bike. So that was the whole thing, right? Bullet and the fact that they sold
I need a brand name for the first part, please.
Just 1 second. Yeah, we'll say the Enfield Bullet.
Enfield Bullet. And what are you saying for the counterintuitive part?
Essentially, let me just confirm. Just give me 1 second anyway.
I hope you're confirming with your teammate and not with the internet.
Yeah, of course.
Just joking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, essentially what was saying, they moved to a more expensive line, right? Typically, the price is reduced by companies generally if they want to sell more or something like that. They went into a higher category.
So what did he stop doing?
Just let me, I hope you can give me a minute. Give me like.
Just build on what you said. Just tell me something a little bit more specific for the second part. What did he stop doing?
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Ramesh.
It became a more aspirational brand and stopped competing with the Bajaj and the Heroes of the world.
Okay, fine. I'll give it to you. You've kind of pretty much said everything. No point in passing this on beyond this. Let's see the answer. He basically decided to stop giving out discounts. So he wanted to keep the price up. He made, he removed discounts and kept the price at a higher range, like you said, and said that this will be the standardized price and there will be no discounting that will be done. So the price related thing is roughly what I wanted, which you gave me. I was hoping you would say you would stop discounting, but that's fine. This is Royal Enfield, Eicher Motors. That's Siddharth Lal, of course, till recently the CEO. All right, 10 points to team 4. Barclays, your question. In July 1850, this town in Nevada County in a US state declared its secession from the Union and christened itself the Great Republic of Rough and Ready. It had been set up the year before by the Rough and Ready Blank Company. So for what specific reason did they secede and form their own country, so to say? This company, Rough and Ready Company, was named in tribute to the nickname Old Rough and Ready given to the 12th president of the US, whose photo I will show you. Who is that person? So basically, second part is just tell us who is the 12th president of the US. Or if you can identify him by this picture. Hatim, go to the next slide. This is the guy. So he was a general and all that. So he was called Old Rough and Ready. So this company called itself the Rough and Ready Dash Company. And for a brief while, sometime, back to the text, they decided to secede and form their own country and, therefore enact their own laws and so on. Why? That general timeline and the geographical clues are important.
Taylor for the president.
Okay.
And this is to avoid taxes associated with the California Gold Rush.
Give it to you. Good enough. Do you know his full name?
Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor, yeah, correct. Zachary Taylor. And there were all kinds of mining tax laws coming through for during the California Gold Rush. And they wanted to avoid that and kind of, make maximum use of Mexican prospecting laws, which were kind of there around that time. And then the US started imposing the federal law over there. And so they seceded and wanted to do this. Good enough. Great answer. Well done. Cracker of an answer there. 10 points to team 3. Question now to Arun and Zaman. Okay. Connect one of the 3 people from the movie on the left, who I have pointed out with a yellow color arrow, to the logo of the restaurant chain on the right and explain. Ideally, I would need the person on the left. I would need his name and connect with the logo of the restaurant chain on the right, whose name also I will need, and I need an explanation. I mean, the explanation is fairly straightforward. The connect is fairly straightforward. I need you to make 2 identifications. And it's a nice kind of story. So I put up the question. Okay, we have a good East India representation in this quiz. Okay, Dipayan from the audience has got it absolutely right. So it goes to Kapinjal next, and then Shubrato is waiting doubtlessly. Okay, Arun and Zaman.
Yeah, let's give it to the Bengalis.
Oh, you want to give it to the Bengalis? All right, we'll pass it on. Kapinjal?
Sir, yeah.
We're going with the Bojori Manna and that is Feluda. Kapinjal, you want to do something out here?
Yeah, so basically Bojori Manna is named after a song of Manna De, Ami Shri Shri Bojori Manna.
Okay.
Bojori Manna is the connect. Right.
Bojori Manna is the connect. So you are saying Bojori Manna is named after a song by Manna De, which features in the film on the left, and that's the connect.
Or maybe you are just looking for a top shape, maybe.
No, make up your mind and give me one answer.
But I know this only. Bengali boss. Connect something.
So are you looking for a top shape here?
Acha, listen, let's go for the song. It is from that song then. Manna De song and
okay.
Yeah, Manna De song. Yeah.
Okay, passing you to Anush and Arun.
Venki.
Yes, Anush, go for it.
Okay, because they were not saying it, we'll say Bojori Manna and the person itself is Manna De.
That person is Manna De. Okay, it's most certainly not. Okay. Passing you on to Shubrato and Abhishek.
Yeah, so this is obviously Satyajit Ray and Sukumar Ray is the connection, because that is directed by Satyajit Ray and this painting is done by Sukumar Ray. Obviously this is Feluda, and Feluda is directed by Satyajit Ray. This picture is done by Sukumar Ray, who is his father. And I cannot remember the name of this guy, but I am guessing that the restaurant chain is named, since the restaurant chain, it is named after a poem by Sukumar Ray, okay. And the name of the poem is Khai Khai.
Okay, not what I was looking for. Passing you on to Siddharth and Abhinav.
Okay, we got a lot of answers. We know nothing of the question, but we will chimp today.
Yes.
And we will say, because this is Topshe.
Okay.
From Feluda.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. And somebody said Bojore Manna.
Okay.
So we'll say he. So found. Yeah. Found. No.
Okay, after everybody answers, I'll answer. I just remembered you wanted Topshe. Okay.
Okay.
So the logo is Bojore Manna, and Topshe connects to Bojore Manna because he sang that song in the movie Sonar Kella.
he did
and
not.
then Manna De did also.
Yes. Manna De also sang that song. Correct. Okay, passing you quickly on to Naveen and JK.
Okay, this came in some quiz research. I'm not sure why nobody's got it. This is a guy who played Topshe. He went out to found Bojori Manna.
Okay.
Siddhartha Chatterjee.
Perfect answer. That's all I wanted. This is the guy who played Topshe. Siddhartha Chatterjee is also a qualified chartered accountant, runs a tax advisory firm and all that. He, along with a bunch of friends, started Bojori Manna. That is the connection I was looking for. So, in the early Ray Feluda films, including Joy Baba Felunath that you saw here, Siddhartha Chatterjee played Topshe, right? And then went on to start Bojori Manna. So 10 points to team 5. Well cracked by the quizzer.
I got too excited to see this, man, and I completely messed up the answer. I didn't even see that you were pointing at Topshe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, correct. You must have started thinking about the Bojori Manna menu, but that's not what this question was.
Team 1?
Team 1, you said Bojori Manna, right?
Yeah, we said Bojori Manna and Feluda.
And Feluda. Okay, fine. Take 5 points. I'll be liberal.
Thank you.
5 points to team 1, 10 points to team 5. Question to team 4. Team 4. The company was started in 1983 by designer David Chu with the idea of bringing inspiration of the sea to everyday style. It actively promotes progressive causes as seen by its Wavemakers program, where it provides a platform to people trying to bring about societal change. In keeping up with its theme, it also runs a program called Give Change to Make Change Roundup program to benefit Oceana, a advocacy group for ocean conservation. So which brand is this? You know, a lot of clues to work out what the brand is, because as you can see, their program is called Wavemakers. They work with a group called Oceana and so on. So which is this brand? How does this roundup program of theirs work?
Question to team.
Question to team 4. Ramesh and Prashant. Which brand and how does this program work?
So, Venki will say that this is Nautica.
Okay.
And the roundup program essentially is, I think, what they'll do is they'll pick up all the trash that's collected in the oceans, say, for example, plastic trash and stuff, and they'll try to make clothes out of that.
Okay, they make clothes out of that. Nice guess. Nice guess. Passing you on to team 3.
The brand is Nautica.
Okay.
And how the roundup works is if you buy a product, say, for $30.20, then they'll round it up and they'll donate the excess in terms of cents, etc., to conservation efforts and picking up plastic.
That's the perfect answer, Rohan. Absolutely correct. That's exactly how it works. So they just they give the option. I mean, they don't do it forcefully, of course. They give the option to people to round up their purchase to the next dollar. So if you buy for $34.40, then you can round it up to 35, and the extra 60 cents will be donated to this conservation group, Oceana. And the brand, of course, is Nautica, the apparel and the perfumes brand. 5 points to team 4. Good 10 points to team 3. Nice answering. Question goes to team 2. In 1923, the company opened a new office in the city's famous waterfront area. This featured a Venetian mosaic dome and a pair of objects cast by J.W. Singer and Sons. They soon became a local icon, with passers-by stroking them, hoping to land money. They were targeted during recent protests, with the one even being set on fire. What are we talking about? An iconic symbol that has now been replicated across the world. Very easy question. Luck of the draw to team 2. Arun, go for it.
Raman, you want to guess? Actually, we're just going to guess Stonewall Inn.
You're going to guess what?
Stonewall Inn. Stonewall Inn.
Stonewall Inn. Oh, Stonewall Inn. Okay, nice, nice. Not Stonewall Inn. Team Kabinjal and Yogesh?
Yeah, this is Shanghai. The bund is in Shanghai. So it is the HSBC building. And it must be those two lions. So
that is right. Are you going to give us the two lions' names as well?
I don't.
After two employees,
I don't know the names.
Stephen and Stitt. Yeah, that is correct. The HSBC Lions is the perfect answer. Take 10 points. The HSBC Lions. And that was Shanghai. That is correct. Well-traveled Yogesh Pai gets it right. Question moves to team 8, Anush and Arun. 4 questions left. In August 2020, the trust running this establishment announced that they were in serious trouble, facing a loss of over 2 million due to the pandemic. Approximately a third of its workforce was expected to be fired. One of the world's largest companies then stepped in, donating $1 million, and noting that the historic achievements of the establishment have benefited all of us, and we are thrilled to help preserve the spiritual home of modern computing. Which company provided the money? Which establishment is this? Anush, shall I be nice to you and give you a clue?
Yes, please.
No, don't. I know.
It's okay, Shubrato. The clue I'm going to give is that the 2 million and the 1 million here are in pounds. The currency is pounds. Anush, go for it.
Okay. For the establishment, we'll say the Alan Turing Foundation.
Okay. All right.
And for the company that provided the money, yeah, we'll say IBM.
IBM. Okay. Just to be clear, for the first part, I'm looking for an establishment. You've said Alan Turing Foundation, right?
Arun, you want to improve on it? Okay, fine.
Okay. Alan Turing Foundation and IBM. Passing you to Subrato and Abhishek.
Bletchley Park and Facebook.
That is the right answer. And why is Bletchley Park the spiritual home of modern computing?
That's the whole. They broke the code for the German this thing. I'm forgetting the name.
Enigma. Yeah.
Enigma. Yeah.
Yes. So Alan Turing and his bunch of crack code breakers who broke the Enigma code over here at Bletchley Park, and Facebook stepped in to pay this. I'm sorry, I can't give it for Alan Turing Foundation. I wanted an establishment, which is Bletchley Park. So that's good. 10 points to Team 7. Question number 10, anti-clockwise, goes to Team 6. Okay, Siddharth Abhinav. When the Instagram account @RealXX was started by a pair of famous parents 2 years ago, it is largely a joke. However, thanks to their own social media audience, it took off. A few weeks ago, it was announced that they were going commercial with these dolls on sale on a website and on Amazon. Name this doll or brand. Who are the parents? No part points for that part, because if you get one, you should definitely get the other. And I need 2 names there. So please don't tell me so-and-so and so-and-so's wife or so-and-so and so-and-so's husband and all. Give me 2 names. Somebody is asking, Ashna, the quiz will get over in the next 10 minutes.
Thank you.
No problem. We are only 3 questions left. So 6 to 10 minutes, we should be done. It will be even faster if Abhinav answers this question quickly. Rabi has, as usual, got 1 part correct. Rabi, you definitely win the audience prize today for getting the maximum correct answers. Okay.
Yeah, hello.
But I don't think you vote.
I'll just say it.
Okay.
We will say this is Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Okay.
The parents. And kya naam bola? Blue Ivy. We'll say the
Blue Ivy. Okay. Not Blue Ivy and Jay-Z and Beyonce. Naveen and JK. Can we possibly get this question past you? Let's see.
Okay, the parents are Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian.
Okay.
Not sure about the other part. Naveen, you have a guess? He says, I don't know.
What does he say?
What do you want to guess? He's saying it's Kai.
There's really nothing that will get past you guys. That is the right answer. It is Kai. That is an amazing answer. And it is Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian. So Serena Williams bought this doll as a lark for her baby and, started posting Instagram photos of it and so on. And the whole thing just has taken off virally. Now the Kai account itself, the real Kai account itself has some 200,000 followers, I think. So they've actually decided to start commercializing it. Spectacular answer by Team 5. I really thought 1 part will at least pass them on this one, but it hasn't. That shows their class. Well done. Kai and Serena and Alexis Ohanian. Alexis Ohanian, of course, of Reddit, and Serena Williams, the champion tennis player. All right. Penultimate question of Bizarre 2020 goes to Ramesh and Prashant. In 1982, President Reagan asked this business titan to take charge of the XY Centennial Commission. Then, in the middle of an extensive corporate turnaround, many people asked him why he took up this extra job. To which this person said, "This was a labor of love for my parents. They didn't know the language. They didn't know what to do when they came here. So what are X and Y of great symbolic importance to a group of people from the early 20th century? And X and Y are two kind of related but different things. Okay. And who was this person who's the business titan who was asked to take charge of this commission?" Okay, Rabi once again getting 2 of the 3 parts correct. Both X and Y are proper nouns, okay?
Okay, are you saying how many words or anything? X, Y?
Hey, don't give in, don't give in.
Arey, you wait. No, I'm conducting the quiz. Wait. No, I'm not saying how many words, but both are multiple words. And both are proper nouns.
Got it.
Okay, Ramesh?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, we've done okay on time, I think.
Yeah, so okay, we'll say that the person is Lee Iacocca.
Okay.
And the 2 X and Y are, one is Statue of Liberty, the other is the Brooklyn Bridge.
The Brooklyn Bridge, all right. Passing you on to Barclays.
Yeah, Lee Iacocca, Statue of Liberty, and Ellis Island.
10 points, absolutely correct. Lee Iacocca, Statue of Liberty. It was called the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island Centennial Commission. And the person, of course, was Lee Iacocca. Nicely cracked. 7 points to team 4. Full 10 points to team 3. Crucial 10 points for them. Lee Iacocca, this is the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island Commission. With that, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last question of the Bizarre 2020 Digital Edition quiz. A digital quiz obviously always presents its own constraints and its own kind of tugs and pulls and so on. But I hope given all that and given the slight glitches at the start, we've still been able to pull this through. And I hope you all enjoyed the quiz and it was worth your while to spend the last 3 hours or so, 4 hours or so on a Saturday. Thank you, Rabi, who says good quiz, good set of questions. Thank you very much. So thank you very much to all of you. Please keep following the Vista pages for all the talks that are happening. Many of them are free. You just need to register today and tomorrow. Please also follow the Nexus pages for all the events that we are doing. There are several quizzes that we are hosting that are coming up, plus new episodes on our YouTube channel of our talk series. Please do follow that. Show your social love, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, let's go on and give Arun and Zaman the last question of the quiz. In 1987, a psychology student in Moscow, to get people talking and thinking, came up with a game. It is today played everywhere from Silicon Valley boardrooms to Rwandan refugee camps. Something that has become wildly popular in 2020 also draws inspiration from this. Players are eliminated by a democratic process, which is why one of America's political icons recently played this to draw attention to something. So what was invented in Moscow? So, which is the original game. What more newer game, very much in the news, did it inspire? And what was the politician trying to bring attention to? Fairly simple third part. There are 2 alternate names for the original name of the game. I will accept either. Yes, lots of people from the audience getting part 2, which is the easiest part.
I am going to guess. Okay, I'm going to guess this is Mafia.
Okay. Who's guessing? Who's this, by the way? This is Zaman, is it?
This is Arun.
Arun. Okay, Arun, go ahead.
Yeah, Among Us and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she played it to urge people to vote, I guess.
So please tell your answers again.
Mafia, Among Us.
Mafia, Among Us, and?
AOC played the game recently to encourage people to vote.
That's a perfect answer to finish off the quiz with the US presidential elections 3 days away. Finishing on a quiz on that. This is Mafia, also in some places called Werewolf. Second part, of course, is the crazily popular game Among Us. And AOC recently kind of did this whole Among Us Discord session to help encourage people to vote and so on. So this doesn't pass, and Arun and Zaman nabbed the full 10 points on this. Time now to look at the final scores. So if you give us just a minute, Hatem will tabulate and we will see the final scores hopefully on screen. Okay, there we go. So finishing in 8th place with 27 points today are team number 8, which is Anush and Arun. Well done, guys. Please remember, nearly 150 teams or more took the prelim. So 8th place among that is no mean achievement. Finishing in 7th place are team number 2, Arun and Zaman, with 38 points with that last answer. Well done. Finishing in joint 5th place are team number 1, Kapinjal and Yogesh, fantastic team. Another day could have easily won the quiz. And another very good team, Siddharth Mishra and Abhinav Dar on table number 6, both finish with 42 points and are joint 5th. Bringing up the first half of the quiz, are in 4th place, we have team number 4, which is Ramesh Natarajan and Prashant Sampath, finishing on 48 points, winners of several past quizzes. With some great answers. Here is a podium in 3rd place with a score of 61 points are the reigning Tata Crucible National Champions, Subrata Das and Abhishek Kumar. Well done. Congratulations to you. Great performance. Runners up in today's quiz are a very strong team of a college corporate combo, Barclays and IIT Bombay, Rohan Khanna and Preetham Upadhyay with 77 points. But going ahead and squeaking through and winning the quiz with a score of 88 points are the eternal favorites in any business quiz. TCS and Sai Mitra finish with 88 points. Naveen Kumar and Jaykantan win the quiz.